deep beneath the jagged hills of Pennsylvania. The air in the forgotten coal mine tastes of ancient iron and suffocating despair. Sarah, a young researcher, clutched her headlamp tightly. The light flickered, casting long, nervous shadows against the jagged, soot-stained rock walls. She wasn't alone. The rhythmic sound of heavy boots echoed from the dark path ahead, even though the mine had been sealed for decades. Her heart hammered against her chest. She adjusted her hijab, her breath visible in the freezing air, as the clanging of metal on stone grew louder, vibrating through the ground. Desperate to find the exit, she turned a sharp corner, but the path ahead was blocked by a wall of rusted mining carts that hadn't been there a moment ago. She spun around, intending to retreat, but the path she had just traveled was now vanishing into a thick, swirling mist that smelled of damp decay. Whispers began to snake through the stagnant air. They weren't speaking words, but sounds of names, her name being dragged across jagged rocks. Panic took hold. Sarah scrambled toward a side passage, her boots slipping on the slick, oil-stained coal dust covering the uneven mine floor. She found a small, wooden office room tucked deep in the earth. Inside, old records lay scattered, covered in layers of suffocating gray dust. Picking up a ledger, she realized with horror that the dates were for the future, and the names listed were of people currently reported missing in the state. She saw her own name at the bottom of the page, dated for today. The ink was still wet, dark and thick like freshly spilled blood. The temperature plummeted. A freezing grip tightened on her shoulder, forcing her to freeze in place as the candle on the desk flickered out. She turned, expecting to see a worker, but standing there was a figure wearing her exact clothes, her exact hijab, and staring back with hollow, pitch-black eyes. The doppelganger spoke, but the voice that came out was Sarah's own, repeating the prayer she had said while entering the mine, now twisted into a curse. Sarah tried to run, but the room shifted. Walls moved like living skin, closing in, transforming the small office into a tight, inescapable cage. She frantically searched for a door, but the walls were now seamless, solid rock, sealing her within the crushing depths of the earth forever. As her lantern finally died, she realized the truth. The doppelganger wasn't an enemy, it was the memory of who she used to be before the mine claimed her soul. The entity smiled, a cold, empty gesture, and began walking toward the surface, wearing Sarah's life like a stolen garment, leaving the dark mine behind. Back in the real world, the sun shone brightly, but as the figure wearing Sarah's hijab stepped out, she didn't cast a shadow on the ground.